it's late at night and I'm outside checking out everything. And lo and behold, I hear a puppy about 300 feet down to the creek, down over the cliffs. Now my dog wasn't a puppy, so I know it wasn't my dog, but I heard a pup down there whining and crying, and I heard coyotes down there. So I'm out on the back porch, or I might be in the backyard, and I'm listening, and I hear the coyotes, I hear the water splashing. They're making a big commotion down there. So I go in and get my light. I go in and get my gun. I walk down the cliff, and this is not just go down the cliff. I had to climb, and it's about midnight, and maybe even closer to 1 a.m. I know for sure it's between 11 and 1. Pitch dark. I got my light. I'm going as quietly as possible down the cliff, because I got to climb for one thing, and I got to be careful so I don't fall and hurt myself or break my leg. Well, I get down to the creek, about from here to the brown line, leaf line there from the creek, and I still hear them. I still hear the puppy cry. I hear the coyotes going on and on, splashing in the water. And I get down there, and I lean up against a tree just like that one. And if it was daylight, I could have saw them. That's how close I am. I could have saw them easy, probably 50 yards away. And I say, "Come here, pup. Come here. Come on, puppy." Really loud. Okay, well, the pup stops whining, and the coyotes and the pup all take off out of the creek and run away from me. So I was like, well, that's weird. The pup went too. I mean, this puppy supposedly was being attacked by these coyotes. Well, it ran too with the coyotes. So I'm down there 300 feet from the top where I live at in the middle of the night. I have a gun with me and I have a light, but that really don't do you any good when you can't see anything. So I get a weird feeling, and I'm like, I shouldn't be down here. So I should have known better. I should have took somebody with me. So I start my way back up, and I'm hurrying. I'm hurrying going back up because I have anxiety about it. So I know that I messed up, and I need to get back up away from this creek. So I'm climbing. I go up the cliffs. I'm climbing because this is pretty strategic stuff. I didn't have a rope, but you would need a rope. And it's dark, and I'm trying to hold my gun, keep my gun, trying to keep my light. And I finally make it. I get up to the top. Now, mind you, I don't hear anything directly behind me. Nothing, because I'm listening. So I don't hear anything. And so I get to the house and I go inside. I tell my wife, I say, listen, I heard a puppy down there. It wasn't anything, I don't guess. I was in the house about 20 seconds. I put my gun down, went back outside to do some more listening. As soon as I walked out on the porch, the coyotes that were down there were behind my truck about 50 yards away, and they were yipping and yelping. And I'm standing I go out, and as soon as I walk out on the porch, they start yipping and yelping. And I'm thinking, how did they get up here so fast? Like, these coyotes they must have been right behind me, like within 10 feet. I don't know how I didn't hear them. And for them to get up the cliffs where I went up, that's pretty amazing. So maybe they went around, I don't know, but I'm telling you, there was a puppy crying. It got me to go down there where the caves and the creek is and all that stuff in the middle of the night, trying to save this puppy. And they all ran off. I go directly back to the house, go in the house, come back out, and the coyotes are behind the truck, out of sight. I'm looking, I got my light, and they're yipping and making these weird noises. And I just couldn't figure out how they got there so quickly, because I came up. I looked behind me the whole time, back and forth. Never heard anything, never saw anything. And those coyotes were right on top of me. So that was a very weird experience. I don't know. I suppose there were coyotes. You never know. in the same place down there. I got a short on my YouTube channel. On the shorts, I put those on there. I don't do a lot of work with them. I just put them on there. Some people like to watch them. I'm not much of a, I don't like to watch those that well, but I put them up there to try to get new viewers to come and watch my normal videos. So I recorded some sounds down there a few months ago, and it was going yoo-hoo, yoo-hoo, and I got 60 seconds of this, and I don't know what it was. I mean, something was down there going yoo-hoo when I was outside. It's kind of trying to, it seemed like it was trying to get me to come and see what it was. So, those caves over there, I don't know. Somebody asked me about Bigfoot and stuff. I don't know. I mean, I've never seen the whole picture. I've never been able to put it all together. But there's definitely something that can take advantage of people's ignorance. Just like me, if I wasn't in such good shape, maybe I would have fell down the cliff. Maybe I wouldn't have been able to make it back up the cliff. But I'm pretty good shape, and I do this kind of stuff all the time. But people can get taken advantage of. The yoo-hoo, 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 coming echoing up the canyon. You're gonna think, what's going on down there? I mean, that is a creepy way to get somebody's attention, right? And if it was a person down there, I mean, this was late at night. It's spooky down there. There ain't nobody else that I know of that walks around like I do, and that would especially make that much noise. When I'm in the woods, when I'm doing stuff, I try to be quiet. Not because of any kind. I mean, predators know you're there before you know you're there, so it's not that. It's because I don't want to run into any other people. Matter of fact, that is the main reason I try to be quiet when I'm out walking around, because people are more dangerous over there, anywhere, in the mountains. Some of those stereotypes are right. If you run into the wrong people in Appalachia, you're going to regret it. And there's been a lot of people just in the near recent history has been shot and killed out riding four-wheelers or whatever, and they bumped into the wrong people, and that was it. That was all. I mean, it's happened. It's a fact. It happened several times in my lifetime. That's a deer bed right there. One's been laying there not too long ago. It's wet. It's not as wet as the other. It's actually still warm, so I probably spooked it right here. That's a hoof print right there. It's wet, but that deer's probably jumped one night, because I come across this ridge when I was about up here somewhere. It probably jumped up and left, because it's not near as cold as it should be. And right here you can see, I don't know if you can see it. You see these ruffling of the leaves up through there? That's where it went. That's how you can tell. That's how these trackers track stuff. You can just kind of look around, see if there's any leaves ruffled up, and you'll be able to see which way anything's going. Now you can look down through here. It just looks like leaves, all flat. And then right up through there, ruffled up. So that's where this is the way it went. Deer are pretty stealthy, because I didn't hear a thing. It come through. Let me see here. I'm not an expert tracker, so I'm not. There it goes right there.